As of recent events, President Donald J. Trump has threatened to discontinue and no longer fund the DACA program, which leads to the question, what will occur to students who are under the program? In 2 years from now, it will be discontinued. Today, we'll speak to the ASG president on addressing what will occur and what do they plan for the future for our students here that are registered in DACA program, MiraCosta College. Good evening, welcome. Thank you so much. Today I'm with Enrique De Leon with Chariot News, and today we have here Lindsay Tam from ASG president. And quickly, Lindsay, just want to quickly ask you right off the bat, as of recent events, President Trump did give an executive order to rescind the program of DACA. How does the school board plan to address this issue?
Well, in response to these recent national events, our school has created myriad resources for DACA students. We have MiraCosta faculty and staff on several different campuses who are here to provide referrals to students and their families. The school's chancellor's office has also created an online website whose purpose is to provide resources available. We take into consideration that language as a possible factor, and the website is available in both English and Spanish. MiraCosta College values and wants to protect our DACA students to the best of our ability. We do not provide outside agencies with anything regarding the privacy of students, whether it be their address or immigration status, unless we are mandated to do so by law. And all MiraCosta College commits to being a law-abiding institution, while also doing everything in our power to provide a safe learning environment for all of our students.
Now, Lindsay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was informed that you gave a speech addressing the DACA program in MiraCosta College Board. I wanted to go ahead and ask, what occurred in that meeting?
Well, we did not exactly give a speech to the Student Senate. However, I did draft a resolution to stand in solidarity with our school's DACA students. By supporting the population of DACA students, we reaffirm our commitment to promoting inclusiveness on campus. In the first draft of the resolution, we received lots of support from our fellow ASG members. Many of them helped in the editing phase, and in the Senate, several more people included their opinions on how to make the resolution stronger in terms of possible courses of action and backing up our statements with reputable sources. In fact, one of our members, David Marchetti, took it upon himself and his law committee to take that draft and edit it and polish it to the best of their ability. Therefore, when we took this to the Senate for a second read, we were able to get unanimous support for the passing of this resolution. This resolution represents what we can accomplish when we work together. And I'm not just talking about Associated Student Government, I'm talking about the community as a whole. If we all cooperate, if we all work together, we are capable of making the change we want to see in the world.
Now, to follow up with that question, how did this affect students in MiraCosta who are protected by DACA?
MiraCosta, in addition to ASG, are devoted to making sure we do everything we can to support the students. ASG has shared our resolution with our Congressman, Darrell Issa. Considering that he is our representative in the Senate, and I'm not just talking about the Student Senate, but the Government Senate, we urged him to advocate on behalf of his DACA constituents. Our goal is that representatives in the Senate will implement laws that will help DACA students across the country. This will create long-term and more permanent change, which is what we're hoping to look for to solve our problems. We hope this change will really help the students here, especially on MiraCosta campus. We've also sent it to various other political leaders. Some include congressional candidate Colonel Doug Applegate, and we're still looking into sending this to as many people as possible. This is something we are continuing to this day. Our work is never done. By spreading the word and by constantly advocating for what we believe in, we hope that future legislative policies will better the lives of DACA students across our nation.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lindsay. Just go ahead and wanted to ask you as well, what should DACA students expect in the near future after the 2-year program is discontinued?
Okay. There is an effort right now within the Congress to pass legislation to protect DACA recipients. While there seems to be some bipartisan support for some of the protection of childhood arrivals, what the legislation will notate at this time is really hard to predict. Among the differing bills, there seems to be a common theme of offering permanent residency to DACA recipients if they meet the qualifications that the bill lays out. The problem is these bills will differ and vary from bill to bill. Congress currently has until March to pass some sort of legislation to protect DACA recipients before the program ends. President Trump has also hinted that he would revisit the issue if no legislation was passed. Jerry Brown and the California legislature has also taken steps to protect DACA recipients in preparation if DACA protections are lifted. It seems improbable that some sort of legislation will not be passed to protect DACA recipients at this point in time. However, what exactly will happen to DACA students in the future is very unclear and very hard to predict, especially at this point.
Well, I realized you did say something about Jerry Brown. Jerry Brown did pass a bill that made California a sanctuary state, do you believe that this will create a positive change and possibly protect undocumented students here?
ASG strongly stands in support of the governor's decision, and we believe that it is a good first step in creating change. We hope in the future it will protect law-abiding undocumented individuals while also enabling the police to do their jobs in protecting the country. Declaring California as a sanctuary state is a strong precautionary step to safeguard our DACA population from federal forces so they feel more secure. However, we also hope that San Diego will one day take more action-oriented steps to support the DACA population. San Diego could try emulating what other cities have done, like Los Angeles and San Francisco, and actually provide, or possibly look into finding ways to provide legal aid to DACA individuals and to reduce ties with immigration officials. Of course, this is not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen immediately. The passing of this bill really goes to show what we can achieve if the community comes together. And of course, we could not have come this far without the brave individuals who have come forward with their stories.
That's true. I want to go ahead and just last question for you, Lindsay. For those students who are currently registered in DACA and living under the fear of possibly deportation, and once the program ends and their permit is discontinued, what would you advise these students?
ASG would advise these students to stay informed on available resources. Through knowledge, people are able to make well-informed decisions that are best suited for their unique situation. We should also advise them to not give in to the fear and let it be a constant source of stress in their life. Every day, there are people fighting for their rights, fighting for a reality where immigration status does not create an us and a them. And we're constantly moving, even if it is slowly, toward a world where stigma and stereotyping becomes a thing of the past. They should try to live their life to the fullest. And I know not everyone can personally relate to all of the hardships they're going through, but we can try to understand. And it's only by taking that first step to learn more about an issue that it can be solved. I want all of MiraCosta's undocumented students to know that ASG supports them and will do everything in our power to hear their needs here on campus. We want them to be involved in our community and will constantly advocate for their rights. Associate Student Government believes that all students, regardless of their immigration status, contributes to making MiraCosta College the amazing place that it is today.
Well, again, thank you so much, Lindsay, for having us here today. That's going to be all for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you
This
for
is
having
Enrique De
me.
Leon and Chariot News.